He should be back by now. He's been gone a long time.
It just seems long. He's only been gone a few minutes.
Well, how long does it take to find out if a body's been buried?
Brett, will you relax? Now, when the sheriff knows, he'll let us know.
You know, I just get the creeps thinking about looking at that body.
Yeah, well, I've already seen it, and believe me, you're not the only one.
Ricky, what if it's already been buried?
Well, we'll just have to cross that bridge when we come to it. What'd you find out, Jake?
They're already gone. I'm sorry, Ricky. I thought we'd be here in time.
How long ago?
About 15 minutes. I'm sorry. I thought we could do more, but our timing was just off. Well, I gotta get back to the office.
Thanks, Jake. I really appreciate it.
No!
What'd you say, Miss Wheeler?
Look, we can't give up yet. If they only left 15 minutes ago, they haven't buried the body yet. Sheriff, can you make a phone call, please? I just need to see it.
Last night, you said that you were gonna leave me, and that you'd pack your bags and get right out of town. And that you'd pack your bags and get right out of town. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-dum.
Hi, Lena.
But, oh, hey, Lurleen, how's it going today?
Oh, just fine. Isn't Roy here yet?
No, he just called a few minutes ago to remind you that he's not going to be until later this afternoon.
He's not going to be until later.
No, it was something about helping Bobby Sue with something or other.
Oh, well, that's right. I forgot.
Well, why? Is something wrong?
Oh, no, nothing's wrong. I just wondered where he was. Elena, would you mind doing me a favor?
Well, sure. What do you need?
Would you mind looking after the coop for a little while?
Why? Are you going someplace?
Oh, no, I just have some errands to run, and without Ruby here...
Sure, I wouldn't mind at all. I'd be happy to help you out.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, did you ever get in touch with Ruby last night?
No, but I might be seeing her later on today. Thanks, Elena.
Well, sure.
Good afternoon, page 1.
Hi, beautiful.
TJ?
I'm the one and only.
Oh, you're terrible.
I know, I just can't help myself.
Oh, Mr. Canfield, is this a social call or a business call?
Strictly social.
Ah.
You have any plans for lunch?
Well, I don't know. Let me check my social calendar.
All right.
Nope. Nothing going for lunch today?
Good. Then how about joining your favorite lawyer for a bite to eat?
I'd love to.
You sound like you really would.
You sound surprised. Is there some reason I shouldn't?
Well, I thought that after what happened last night...
TJ, I already told you I didn't mind what happened last night.
Well, I did. And I want a chance to apologize to you in person for the way that my mother and father treated you.
You don't need to apologize.
Yes, I do. Besides, there were some things said that I think that we should discuss, okay?
Like what?
Let's talk about them at lunch, all right?
Okay, when would you like to meet?
How about 30 minutes at the top of the world?
You got it.
Okay, I'll see you then.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Must be TJ.
Now, how did you know that?
That smile, it's a dead giveaway.
I'm going to have to work on not being quite so obvious. He called, invited me to lunch.
You really like him, don't you?
Oh, Nita, he's wonderful. What's that, honey?
Oh, this is an invoice for the last bunch of dresses. They list 2 dresses here that we never got.
Okay, let me give him a call after lunch.
Ooh, somebody got flowers, huh?
Oh.
I wonder who they're from. Would you excuse me? Beautiful. Oh, Nita. Oh,
Probably just TJ trying to make up for last night again.
Either of you, Mrs. Wright?
I'm Mrs. Wright.
Oh, these are for you.
For me?
Sign here, please.
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're from Billy Joe, Anita.
Oh, he can be such a sweetheart, huh?
Oh, honey, they're beautiful.
Oh, I'm going to have to do something very special for him.
Well, here's the card. Let's see what he has to say. What's the matter?
They're not from Billy Joe.
They're not. Then who are they from?
They're from Roger Benton.
Oh, hi, Lena.
Oh, hey!
You tired of singing? Decide to take a bartender now or what?
No, I'm just looking after things for the afternoon.
Where's Roy?
Well, he's gonna be late.
Well, where's Lurleen?
Lurleen is in the office. She's getting ready to leave.
Oh. Seems like nobody's where they're supposed to be. Especially that sister of mine. Has Lurleen said anything about where Ruby is?
Well, she was telling...
I'm going now, Lena. Oh,
Hi, Lurleen.
what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm just looking for that mysterious sister of mine.
Ruby?
That's right. You see, whenever I try to get a hold of her, I can never find her anywhere.
What do you need her for?
Well, Ricky was supposed to be rehearsing for my show this afternoon, but he just canceled out.
He did?
That's right. Now, he's going to be on my show in a couple days. I just want to know what's going on around here.
What's going on?
Ruby is supposed to be managing Ricky and me, see?
She is Billy Joe.
Yeah. Well, why isn't she here taking care of these things that have me going all over Houston trying to find her? I don't know what's happened to her lately.
What do you mean?
What's the idea of her gallivanting all over the place? She's supposed to be here taking care of business.
Billy Joe, she's not gallivanting around. Now, if you need me to, I'll give her the message.
No, I want to talk to her myself, Lurleen.
You can't.
Why can't I?
Well, she ain't here.
Well, where is she?
I don't know exactly. But I think I might be seeing her later on this afternoon.
Oh, in that case, I think I'll just see her with you then.
That's not possible, Billy Joe. I don't know when I'm going to be seeing her.
Lurleen, where is Ruby? Why all the secrecy? And why do I get the feeling that Ruby's in deep trouble again?
I can't talk right now. I gotta go back to the errands to run.
Lurleen!
Billy Joe, I'll give her your message. I promise.
I just know something's crazy going on around here. And I just know that my sister Ruby's at the bottom of it.
Grady, this is Sheriff Kenrow. Have Bert and Mel got out there with that body yet? Well, tell them to give me a call as soon as they get there, huh? I'll be back in my office. Yeah, thanks. They're not there yet.
Ricky, maybe we should drive out there because we'd save some time.
I don't think that'd be a good idea, Miss Wheeler.
Why not?
Well, if you're going to take a look at that thing I'd rather you didn't do it in the broad daylight.
Well, Ricky and I'll be the only ones looking at it.
But what if someone at the cemetery were to get a look at it, too? I can't take that chance.
So be real careful.
No, I can't take that chance. If one of those people starts spreading the news of what they've seen, I'll have a swarm of newspaper reporters snooping all over Marshall Village. Now, I can't allow that to happen.
Yeah, but we're just wasting a lot of time waiting for them to get back here.
I'm sorry, Miss Wheeler. It's either here or nowhere.
But Sheriff...
It's all right, Jake. We're going to look at the body here.
I'm glad you understand, Ricky. Tell you the truth, I'm not too happy about bringing that thing back here in the first place. I'm just trying to be obliging.
We know, Jake.
The sooner that thing's buried, the better.
Sheriff, I'm just hoping against hope that it's not my friend.
I understand, Miss Wheeler. I hope for your sake that it isn't. In fact, I don't think you're going to be able to tell who this is by looking at it. Well, I'll be back in a minute. You wait right here, huh?
Thanks, Jake. We will.
They're never gonna get here.
Patience, Brett, patience.
What are you thinking about?
I was just thinking,
What?
seeing this body, Brett, might just give you the horrors and nothing else.
Yeah, I know. I just gotta face that possibility.
Well, look, now she's got to show up there eventually, right? And when you see her, tell her if she remembers her brother Billy Joe, yeah, to get in touch with me, because I'm looking for her, as usual. Thanks, buddy. Have you any idea where she might be?
Billy Joe, I'm sorry. I know about as much about Ruby as you do.
Which is nothing.
Well, you know, Lurleen did try and call her yesterday.
Tried to? You mean she didn't even get in touch with her?
Well, no. In fact, she was pretty upset when she got off the phone because Ruby wasn't where she was supposed to be. And from what she told me earlier, she still hasn't gotten in touch with her.
Well, then why would Lurleen say she's going to meet with Ruby later on?
I have no idea.
Oh, that sister of mine, one of these days she's going to get it good.
Billy Joe, what were you telling Lurleen about Ricky?
He's supposed to be on my show in a couple days.
Well, I know that, but what about it?
He was supposed to be rehearsing with me this afternoon, but he just calls and cancels.
Cancel? Why?
I don't know. Vicky Bellman just told me that he couldn't make the rehearsal.
That doesn't sound like Ricky, Billy Joe. He never misses a rehearsal.
That struck me kind of strange, too.
Well, have you tried to talk to him?
I talked to him if I could find him.
What do you mean by that?
I can't find him. I've been calling all over the place.
Well, did you try the top of the
That's
world?
the first place I called. Then when he wasn't there, I tried his apartment.
And there was no answer?
No. That's why I'm trying to get hold of Ruby. I figure she might know what's going on around here. But I can't even find her. Everybody's just disappearing everywhere.
Roger Benton sent you flowers?
Yeah, he says it's to celebrate the signing of the contract.
Well, that's very thoughtful of him.
There's more. He wants to pick both of us up to take us to lunch.
When?
Today.
Oh. Shoot, I wish I'd known earlier. I'm already meeting TJ, but you should go, Nita.
By myself?
Sure, why not?
Well, I don't know, Paige. I mean, I don't think we should both go to lunch. Someone should stay here and look after the shop.
Oh, sweetheart, we don't have any appointments this afternoon. We would have had the same problem if we'd both gone to lunch with Roger.
I know, but I just don't feel right about that.
What?
Well, don't you think we maybe should wait till you can go too?
Nita, what's wrong?
I feel funny about going out to lunch with a man I hardly know.
Honey, there is nothing wrong with it. You're not going out on a date. It's a business lunch. It's done all the time.
Okay. I guess you're right.
Of course I am. Now stop worrying, all right? Now I'm going to go meet TJ and close up the shop and have a nice lunch with Roger Benton, okay?
I will. You have a nice lunch too.
Thanks, honey. I plan on it.
Okay.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Oh, thank you.
Would you like cocktails? Paige?
No, nothing for me. Thank you.
What are you going to have?
I think we should talk.
On an empty stomach?
Mm-hmm. Because if we don't, then we're not going to enjoy our meal, and I don't think that will happen as long as you're still upset about last night.
Well, I'm not upset.
Well, then why are you making such a big deal about this? Honey, I already told you that no apologies were needed.
It's just that there were some things said last night that I think need explaining.
You don't need to explain anything.
Yes. Yes, I do. Paige, I haven't been totally honest with you about something.
You mean about your relationship with Ashley?
Yeah.
You mean the fact that you had more than a passing fling with her in college?
Yeah, I had more than a passing fling with Ashley. I didn't handle that relationship very well. I'd like to just leave it at that, okay?
Okay.
It's really not the way I expected you to react.
Well, why? How did you expect me to react?
Well, I don't know. I thought that you might be upset and ask a lot of questions.
Darling, I don't think you understand. I am not going to ask you any questions. You didn't feel it necessary to ask me about my past. And I'm certainly not going to start asking you about yours. But there is one thing that does concern me.
What's that?
Is there anything left of your relationship with Ashley that might interfere with any relationship we might have later?
Nothing could do that. Nothing.
Hi, Anita.
Roger,
I see you got my flowers.
I did, yes, thank you. They're lovely.
I'm glad you like them.
But you didn't have to send them.
I know I didn't have to. I wanted to. Like I said in the cards, to celebrate our working together. But where's Paige?
Oh, she's not here. She had another luncheon date.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That means it'll just be the two of us for lunch. Maybe Paige can come some other day.
Another day?
Well, sure, this isn't the only lunch we're ever going to have together, you know.
It isn't?
Well, of course not. We're going to be working together, you and I.
Yeah, I know.
We're going to be entertaining clients together, taking them to lunch, taking them to dinner.
Oh, this is going to take a lot of time, isn't it?
You bet. We're going to have to go and visit boutiques and promote the hell out of your fashion designs. And you can't expect to promote a new fashion line unless you put some effort behind it.
Yeah, I know. We're going to be traveling quite a bit, won't we?
Well, people won't come to us, you know.
No.
No, of course not. We've got to go to them. You've got to let people meet you, let them know what you're about, let them know what you're planning for the future. Your designs are good. I know it, you know it, but they don't know it. You got to go out and you got to show them what you got to offer. Now, you do understand that, don't you, Nita?
Yeah, guess so.
Oh, something's wrong.
No.
Did I say something to upset you?
No, you didn't say anything to upset me.
Well, good. Well, come on, let's go to lunch.
I'm sorry, Roger. I can't go.
Yes. Yes. Yes, but I'm telling you, it only comes in one size. No, we can't alter it. It's made of animal fur. It'd ruin it if we kept changing it for every person who wanted to use it. Well, do you have to be a gorilla? I don't know what to tell you, lady. You can get some padding if you want to rent it. Okay, suit yourself. No, I did not mean that as a joke. Thank you. Howdy.
Hi.
What can I do for you?
I want to rent a costume.
Are you ready to order yet? No, we haven't decided yet.
You still like Ashley, don't you?
What are you laughing at?
Well, you just looked so shocked when I asked you that question.
No, not shocked. I think maybe a little off guard, but...
Well, it is an honest question, don't you think?
Yeah, sure. It's honest.
So, what's your answer?
What would you say if I told you that I liked her?
Well, that would depend
On what?
on how much you liked her.
I like her as a friend, that's all.
I'm not really jealous of Ashley. I just want to know how you feel about her, TJ.
I like her. But I love you. I've never loved anyone like this in my life.
I wanted you to say that so bad.
I mean it.
I know you do. You know something else?
What?
I was really proud of you, the way that you defended Ashley to your parents. She's really been a good friend to me.
They had no right to say those things.
Why are they so down on her?
A lot of reasons. Most of them imagined. But they don't know Ashley.
How come they never feel that way about me?
Would it make any difference if they did?
It would bother me if it bothered you.
Wouldn't bother me. Wouldn't make any difference to me what they thought. Because I love you. And there's nothing they could do to change that.
How long does it take him to get to that cemetery?
Brett, will you sit down? The sheriff will let us know when he hears from him.
It's been almost half an hour. If I don't hear something soon, I'm just gonna scream.
No, you're not. Now, will you just stay there? You know, there's still something I'm not too clear on.
What?
Why are you so anxious to see this body? We already know, or we're pretty sure, that it's not Miles.
Yeah, but I think it's that ranch hand who disappeared from Marshall Ranch.
Well, so what if it is? What's that going to prove?
Well, it's going to prove Miles' whole story. Because we know that that ranch hand had the fire compass.
Well, it wasn't on him when they found the body. In fact, they didn't even find any identification. So what else do you expect to find?
I don't know. Something.
What?
Ricky, I said I don't know. Why are you fighting with me? I thought you were going to help me.
I do want to help you. I'm just worried about you, that's all. You haven't seen this thing yet. I have. It's not a pretty sight.
Well, I just gotta see it. Besides, they might have overlooked something.
They didn't overlook anything. Just wasn't anything to find.
Well, now, how can you possibly be sure of that?
I should have known better. Boy, when you make your mind up for something...
Sheriff, did they call?
Yep, they're bringing it back right now.
A costume costume? Well, little lady, you come to the right place. You name it, we got it. Now, what kind of costume you looking for?
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, I can't help you unless you tell me what kind of thing you want.
What have you got?
Well, we got practically everything. See, look over here. What about a turkey? Gobble, gobble.
I don't think so.
No? Well, what about this harem outfit here? No, I don't think that's the right type for you. Huh. I think this French maid outfit's a pretty hot number.
That's not exactly what I had in mind.
Well, just exactly what did you have in mind?
Well, I wanted something to make me look different.
How different?
Oh, you know, just different.
Well, maybe if you tell me the occasion, I could help you out better.
Occasion?
You going to a surprise party?
No.
Costume ball?
No.
You just want to play a trick on a friend.
That's it. I want to fool a friend.
All right, little lady, I think I have just the idea. Now, you wait right here, and I'm going to come right back.
You can't go. Why? I mean, because Paige isn't here and you don't want to leave the store?
No, she said I could lock up and leave if I wanted to.
Did I say something wrong?
No, you didn't say anything wrong.
Well, you just don't want to go to lunch with me?
Oh, no. No, that isn't it. I have a problem at home with the babysitter.
Oh, I see. Nothing
Yeah.
serious, I hope.
No, she called just before you came and said she wasn't feeling very well. So I called another one who's going to be there at 2 o'clock, but I have to get home and be there when she gets there.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry. Not feeling well.
No, she's really very dependable, and I use her all the time. It's just that she's... she
Don't
doesn't
worry
feel-
about it. These things happen. We'll have lunch some other time.
Okay, thank you. I'd like that.
Maybe next time Paige can come with us.
Yeah, I bet she'd like that. You know, she was very disappointed she couldn't come this time, but she did have that date and all.
Yeah, well, I'll try and give her a little more warning in the future.
You know, that's a very good idea, because sometimes, you know, we just can't go out to lunch.
Are you sure you're not having second thoughts about the contract?
No. Oh, Roger, honestly, I feel very good about the contract. It's just that babysitter.
Isn't feeling well, I know. Well, I better let you go on home.
Roger, I want to thank you for understanding.
No problem. I hope your babysitter's feeling better soon.
Yeah, she probably just has a flu or something.
Yeah, I heard that's going around. I'll be in touch. Bye.
Bye. Billy Joe Wright, please. Yes, is Billy Joe there? Well, do you know where he is? No message. Wait a minute. Could you tell him to call his wife as soon as he gets back in? Yes, thank you.
Elena, I'll get it. Group.
Billy Joe?
Anita?
Oh, honey, I'm glad I found you. I was calling the studio. I didn't know where you were.
Something wrong?
Could you come to page 1?
Oh, sure.
What is it?
I just need to see you.
Okay.
Please hurry.
I will, honey. I'll be right there. You stay right where you are.
That's it. You fellas, go get some coffee, and we'll call you when we're ready to move this thing out of here. You still want to take a look at this thing, Miss Wheeler?
Definitely.
I'm warning you. Whatever your friend looked like before, he doesn't look that way now.
I understand.
I don't think you do.
Sheriff, I'm going to be okay, really. I've seen bodies before.
You haven't seen anything like this one. Whatever killed this fella left him looking like a creature from a horror film.
I'll be okay, Sheriff, really.
She gonna be all right?
Yeah, I think so.
I know this is pretty hard for you, Miss Wheeler. I tried to warn you.
Oh, no.
Is that your friend?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I don't know, though. It was hard to tell.
Anything you wearing look familiar?
No, I couldn't tell.
Sheriff Kinrow. What for? Well, look, Kermit, you talk to him. Okay, well, I'll be up in a minute. I'll be right back. I got a problem upstairs.
No problem. Are you okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Brett, why did you tell the sheriff that you thought that could be your friend?
I don't know. It was the first thing that popped into my head.
Yeah, well, you better tell him that that's not your friend when he comes back, or you're going to find yourself in a whole nother mess.
Why?
Well, because he's going to want to know who this guy is. And then there's going to be an investigation, and there are going to be lots of questions, and he's going to want the answers. You prepared to give them to him?
No.
I didn't think so.
Oh, Ricky, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking.
Well, I don't think it's too late. Just tell him that you thought about it and that that's definitely not your friend. And then they'll bury the body and we can forget about it.
Okay, I'll do that. Well, we better get to it.
Get to what?
Okay, we gotta search that body.
Brett, I already told you that body's been searched.
Ricky, please, just don't argue with me on this, okay?
Nita?
Hold me. Just hold me, please.
Well, honey, what is it? What's wrong?
I just got lonely all of a sudden. I needed to see you.
Oh, honey. Honey, you never have to be lonely as long as you got me. Don't you know that? Huh?
Oh, babe, I love you so much.
Man, I love you too.
I don't want us ever to be apart. I want us to be together forever and ever.
Well, honey, we will. Huh? We will. There's no reason to doubt that now, is there, huh?
I guess not.
Nita, I don't know what's got you so high-strung and everything, but, honey, we're married again. You and me, you know, and we're gonna be just like them people in the movies. We're gonna live happily ever after.
I hope so.
Well, you got my word on it.
Nina, you back so early? Billy Joe.
Oh,
what a nice surprise.
Paige.
I brought him over to keep me company.
Well, how was your lunch with Roger Benton, honey? Did he give you any ideas?
Oh, well, I decided that I would wait for you to come along with us.
Okay.
I have some things I have to do. I have to pull those dresses for Mrs. Wilson. She's going to be here any minute.
Oh, honey. Huh?
Billy Joe, is she all right?
She's just fine. She's just fine. You know, I was so worried that she was pulling away from me because of her career, but, I don't think I got anything to worry about. I think she needs me more now than she ever did. I'm gonna go help her.
What do you think you're doing?
What did you say?
I was trying to get away from a rat.
A rat?
You're going to be real sorry you did this to me.
Annie, you're the only one that's going to be sorry, Ruby.
They're going to get you for this.
That's so.
Marlene's going to know I'm gone. She's going to call the cops, and they're going to track you down.
Look. All I want to hear from you is where you hid the missing piece of the fire compass.
I told you I don't know what you're talking about.
You are lying! Now you have hidden it somewhere. Because I went to your apartment and I tore that place apart and it is not.
If you did anything to that apartment...
Where is it, Ruby?
I don't know anything about any dumb fire.
Then why did I find it in your room?
I explained that to you. Because Bo left it there, but the piece was already missing when I got it.
And you expect me to believe that?
You better believe it, because it's true.
Well, if that's the case, it's just too bad for you.
What do you mean?
You're just in the way, Ruby. I have no choice but to kill you.
Well, we better get started.
Well, just a second.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to get some of these.
What?
Here, just put them on. We shouldn't be touching that thing without these. Anyway, we don't know what caused the death. We don't even know what diseases it might be carrying. Better hurry up.
Yeah.
Well, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here goes.
Ricky.
What?
What is this?
What?
I don't know. But didn't you say this body was searched?
It was.
Well, how could they miss that?
I don't know. Hey, Brett, look at this thing. It's got Indian markings on the side of it.
Ricky, I know what that is.
What?
That's a piece of the fire compass.
Well, and everything that Miles said about it was true.
To say the least. What are you going to do now? Shoot me?
That's right, honey.
No, wait. I think I might be able to remember something Bo told me. Something about the thing you want.
Sorry, Ruby. I have played enough games with you.
No, please, just give me 1 minute. I think he said something. I just need 1 minute to think.
Now, you have wasted enough of my time. Time is up.
Understand it.
I'm sorry, Mama. What did you say?
Oh, I'm trying to get in touch with Ruby Wright about Ricky. I can't reach her, and no one seems to know where she is.
Well, I wouldn't worry about Ruby. She'll show up. Is there a problem with Ricky?
I don't know. He canceled a rehearsal today. He's co-hosting the Billy Joe show for a while, you know.
You don't think he's sick, do you?
Oh, no, I saw him this morning. He looked fine. He just wanted to cancel the rehearsal.
It is strange. Nothing is wrong with him.
I hope not.
It's got Indian markings on the side of it.
Ricky, I know what that is.
What?
That's a piece of the fire compass.
Well, everything Miles said about it must be true.
To say the least.
Sorry to rush you, but I gotta be getting back to the office. Is that your friend?
Ruby, your time has run out.
You can't do this.
Can't I? Just watch me.
You're never going to get away with it. Everybody's probably looking for me by now. Lurleen knows I didn't go to Nashville. She called the police and they're hot on my tail right now.
Well, too bad. Because they're never going to find you.
You're going to find me sooner or later. It's not that easy to get rid of a body. You take my word for it.
Well, don't you worry yourself about it. Because I've had plenty of experience.
You hear that?
Hear what?
It's the police. They're coming to get me.
Oh, shut up.
They're coming to save me.
I told you to shut up. Damn it. I can't see anything out there.
What's the matter? You scared?
Well, one thing is for sure. You are never gonna get out of this place alive. You know, it's unlike Ricky to cancel a rehearsal.
Oh, I know.
Did he say why he had to?
No, he didn't explain much. Just that it was personal.
Well, it must be very serious. I know how much he wants to do that show.
Yeah, I'm going to call him at home tonight and find out what this problem is.
You're worried, aren't you?
Yes, I am. This is very important to KVIK, to the Billy Joe Show, to Ricky's career. This co-hosting is in preparation for his own show, a show that I believe is going to be very successful, and I don't want to see Ricky lose this opportunity.
Mama, is this what's really troubling you?
Please, Rena, if you don't mind, I don't want to go through that again.
I tried to get in touch with Daddy, but I wasn't able to.
Oh?
Were you?
I haven't talked with Stryker in several weeks.
Mama, honey, don't you think it would be a good idea if we just sat down and talk about these things, please?
Rena, honey, please, I don't want to talk about me. Now let's talk about you. You look absolutely beautiful. Where are you going tonight?
Thank you. I'm going to have dinner with Grant.
You two are getting very close, aren't you?
Yes, Mama, very close.
I'm very happy for you.
Mama,
I am really so happy for you.
Join hands, circle left. Go the other way, back
Vivian!
to the right. Home. Take partner.
Vivian!
Turn to the right. Ow! Go walking round that ring you go. You come down.
Well, I heard you.
Ooh. I'm sorry, I had this on too loud. I didn't mean to disturb you. I just hear those old calls. They just go crazy.
Old calls?
Yes, sir, square dancing.
Yes, I recognize what it is.
Does that mean you're an old square dancer, Mr.
No, it
Wheeler?
doesn't, but from the sound of it, you are.
Oh, yes, sir. From day one, I was just refreshing my memory.
Any particular reason?
I'm going to win.
What?
There's this amateur square dancing contest tonight, and they give prizes to the best couple. John's going to be my partner.
John. I was curious. You never mentioned that to me.
Oh. Well, that's because he doesn't know anything about it. Yet.
Vivian, does John know how to square dance?
Knowing John, I don't think so.
Well, Vivian,
That's why I bought this record, see, because it's got all the calls on it, so I'm going to teach him all the moves.
I hope he learns how to square dance better than he learned how to drive.
Oh, Mr. Wheeler, I'm gonna help him with that, too. Please don't worry.
Vivian, I don't think that...
It just takes time with John.
Time?
Yes, sir. Don't worry about a thing. Leave everything to me.
Vivian, I still...
What are we leaving to you?
Good luck.
John.
Vivian, why was Mr. Wheeler wishing us good luck?
John.
Yes, Vivian?
Come here, I want to discuss something with you.
My friend's body?
Well, sure. You had a chance to look at the body.
No, that's not her friend's missing body.
I see.
Yeah, I'm real sorry for the inconvenience.
Yeah, it's all part of the job. You sure this isn't your friend?
Oh, yes.
Well, it's too bad. If we could identify him, then maybe we could tell what happened to him.
Yeah, I'm really sorry I can't be of help.
It's okay.
Nope. Couldn't possibly be my missing friend.
No, her friend's body was a lot shorter.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and he had blonde hair, didn't he?
Yep.
Did you know this friend of hers, too?
No, Brett described him to me.
Oh, okay. But just as long as you're sure.
Oh, positive.
Well, I guess we still got ourselves a John Doe here.
Yeah. Yeah, it sure looks like it, Jake.
Sheriff, I'm really sorry for taking up all your time. But you know, I had to be sure. And I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we both do. Brett, maybe we better get going, huh?
Yeah, we should. Boy, it's been some day. First thinking my friend was dead, and then seeing this strange thing.
Yeah, what a day.
Yeah.
Jake, thanks again, buddy.
Okay, Ricky.
Be seeing you around.
Thank you.
Man. Boy, you sure been giving me a lot of trouble. Whoever you are. Well, how do I look?
Almost good enough.
Almost.
Now, don't go on like that. For tonight, you need a special flair.
Vivian.
This bandana is a very special bandana. It's going to bring us good luck.
And will it also teach me how to square dance?
Don't be silly. I'm going to do that.
I don't know about this.
Well, I do. After I get finished with you, you'll be promenading with the best of them.
Vivian, this is me. John. You know, I'm not blessed with the most exquisite coordination.
This is going to help. And besides, I think you've been making a great improvement lately.
Huh?
Well, sure you have. I think you've been coming along just fine.
I have, haven't I?
Well, sure you have.
Yeah.
And now you're going to learn how to dance. This is going to be a snap.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Now, the first call is always honor your partner. That means we stand facing one another. I curtsy to you, and you bow to me.
Yes.
Then we honor our corners.
Corners.
That means I turn to the man on my right, and you turn to the woman on your left.
There's no one else here.
There will be. Then I curtsy. How'd you do?
And I bow.
Well, that's very good. You're catching on to this right away.
Yeah, this is fun.
How about we try a do-si-do?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
For a do-si-do, we stand facing each other once again. Then we walk around each other, backs to back.
Oh, that's back to back.
Passing each other's shoulders left and right till we come back to our original positions. I can't believe how you're catching on to this. You're a natural born.
Simple.
Okay, now,
what's
how
next?
about we try an Allemande?
Yeah, lead the way.
An Allemande right is we take right hands and we walk around one another. That's very good until we come back to our positions again. How about we try this to the music?
Okay.
Okay.
Here.
Bow to your partners, corners too. Do-si-do your partners. No.
I guess I Allemande when I should have do-si-do.
Oh, no, you're not going to give up on me, are you, please?
Sure this isn't hopeless?
Of course it's not hopeless.
You sure?
Nothing's hopeless. Well, practically nothing. Come on, let's do this again. Bow to your partners, corners too. Do-si-do your partners.
And the Allemande?
And the
Elena, thanks again for covering for me.
Oh, it's no problem, Roy. Did you and Bobby Sue get everything done you wanted to?
Yeah, took most of the afternoon, but we got it all done.
Well, that's good.
See, I haven't haven't seen Lurleen around. She been sick or something?
No, she just took the afternoon off. She asked me to keep an eye on things.
You've been a busy little girl then, haven't you?
It's been fun, though. It has. Joel, how are you?
Terrific, little lady. How you doing?
Great. What are you doing down here?
I'm looking for your big brother, as a matter of fact.
Ricky, you're not going to find him here. He's probably at the top of the book club.
No, he's probably not, because I just came from there and they said he wasn't going to be singing tonight.
He's not? Huh. I don't know.
Could he be back at the apartment?
No, I tried him earlier this afternoon and he wasn't there either.
He's getting to be a hard man to track down, I tell you. Even for a semi-excellent guide like myself.
Wait a minute, Joel. This doesn't sound like Ricky. You're getting me worried now. It's not like him to just pick up and disappear.
Now, darling, don't get worried. I'm sure that me and Ricky just been missing each other, that's all.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And I tell you what, I may not know where he is, but I got a good strong hunch as to who he's with.
Who?
Why, Miss Brett Wheeler.
Aha, maybe you're right.
I think our boy Ricky is kind of falling for her.
Well, that's okay with me. I happen to like Brett a lot. I think she's real nice.
Now I go along with that 100%, as a matter of fact.
Well, listen, when I see Ricky, you want me to give him any messages?
No, I was leaving town. I just want to say goodbye to you. That's all there was to it.
Well, where are you off to this time?
I'm going to take a little expedition down by the Nueces River. This lady, Gretchen Randolph, a lady naturalist, wants me to take her to the High Topar region.
High Topar? I never heard of it.
It's not a bit surprising. It's one of those places that's like my Grandma Griffin said, smack dab in the middle of nowhere.
Well, then why didn't you tell me why anyone would want to go there?
Well, now she says it's the most interesting region to see the kind of stuff that she wants to see.
But what is there to see?
Well, there's rattlers and lizards, rocks, and not much more than that, but she wants to see the plants there.
Well, it certainly doesn't sound like any kind of place that I'd want to go to.
Now, where is your sense of adventure, darling?
Houston is plenty adventures for me.
She's going to lay some big money on me, so I'm going to gather on up back in there.
Well, I wish you good luck.
Thank you. As a matter of fact, we just may need a little bit of that. I'll see you later, okay?
Okay, Joe. Take care. Bye-bye.
Stop! I said stop it! And look, I don't want to hear a sound out of you. And if I do, it's going to be your last. You got that?
All right, lady, take it easy. Don't panic. Where's the fire?
Fire? There's no fire in here.
Lady, we got an alarm from this address.
Look, I'm telling you, there's no fire. You guys see any smoke?
Well, we're taking everybody outside.
Look, it must be some sort of a mistake. Like those kids are always setting off the alarms down the street.
Kids, huh? Well, we better make sure anyway, just to be safe.
Look, I'm telling you, it's a mistake. There's no fire.
Come on, you guys get her out of here.
Look, you gotta listen to me.
Check around, back hallway.
Ruby! No, Ruby, it's me! Oh, it's Lurleen! Oh, listen, don't try to talk now. I gotta get you out of there. Let's see. Ruby, I can't open the window. I'm gonna try to break it. Move out of the way. I'm gonna try to break the window.
I've never been happier to see anybody in my entire life. Oh, Gretchen was trying to kill me.
I know. Listen, Ruby, we gotta get out of here. Oh, okay? Get it. All right. Come on, let's go.
Oh, wait, my money. My money.
What money?
I left my money there. I'm not gonna, she's got it. I'm not gonna leave without it.
Ruby, which is more important, your money or your life? Get out of here, come on.
in. Great, nobody's home.
This has got to be a piece of the fire compass.
I know.
And people are dying because of this thing?
Well, look, Ricky, that body out at the morgue, that's got to be Kate's ranch hand, the one who stole the fire compass.
Yeah, it sure looks that way.
You know, it's a very complicated little puzzle. He must have just opened it up by accident.
Yeah, well, anyway, he succeeded.
Yeah, died with it in his hand. Ricky, we can't let anybody know about this. Not Kate, not anybody.
Yeah, under the circumstances, I'm afraid you're right. I just wish we knew where Miles was.
Well, Miles has got to be at High Topah.
Brett, you don't know that. We don't even know if Miles is still...
What, alive? Yes, he is alive. I just know he is. He's got to be. Anyway, I got to believe that. I have to believe that he's at High Topah because he found the rest of the fire compass, and now he just needs the missing piece. And we got it. Ricky. We got to go to High Topah. Tonight.
I'm very disappointed in your performance.
I'm sorry, Mr. H. Things just went all wrong.
Well, I don't like things to go all wrong. And I don't like to be disappointed.
You will have the missing piece of the fire compass, I swear it. But I don't think that Ruby Wright knows where it is, because I don't think that she was lying to me.
Well, what do you think your next move should be?
To get rid of Ruby Wright. And this time I'm not going to slip up.
You're wrong. Again.
What?
Forget Ruby Wright. She's not important. Only one thing is, to get to High Topah before anyone else.
But with Rehnquist dead, no one else knows how to get there.
I told you, Brett Wheeler has the missing part of the fire compass. I'm sure she's on the way to High Topah. That's why you've got to get there first.
Well, everything is arranged.
I want you to leave tonight.
Tonight? Now that's going to depend on the guide I've hired. All right, Hannibal, I will try.
Do more than try. Because if you make another mistake...
Yeah, looks like Ruby's back in town.
Lurleen? Whoa. Wait a minute, you two. Hey, Lena. Hi, Lurleen. Ruby, where you been?
Around? Why?
Why? Because everyone in town has been looking for you.
Like who?
Well, Billy Joe, for one.
Yeah, I have to get in touch with Billy Joe as soon as I can.
I think he wanted to talk to you about Ricky being on his show. I told him you were out of town. Oh, also Mrs. Bellman wanted to talk to you.
Yeah, well, I'll have to talk to her. I've been neglecting Billy Joe. There's no need to get on Mrs. Bellman's bad side.
Keep them both happy and you'll make a lot of money, huh?
There's nothing wrong with making a good living.
That's right.
Do you happen to know where Ricky is?
No, I don't.
Well, if you see him, would you mind telling him that a friend of his named Joel is looking for him? He wants to say goodbye before...
I'll give Ricky the message.
Thank you, Ruby. Boy, she's sure in a good mood today.
She's been under a real strain lately, Lena. She's upset. She's been through a real trying experience.
Oh, yeah, I bet. If you ask me, Ruby Wright is strained.
Stay tuned for the next part of Texas. And now, the next part of Texas.
Howdy, Vicky.
Hunt. Well, how are you?
Just fine.
Well, please come in. Oh, sorry.
Thanks. I'm sorry to drop by like this, uninvited and all.
Oh, please don't be sorry. I'm glad to see you.
Are you, Vicky?
Well, of course I am. Why shouldn't I be? It's just that well, I didn't expect to see you here.
I had to come.
You did?
Have I come at a bad time?
Oh, no. No, you haven't. Please, sit down, Hunt.
Thank you. Vicky, I saw how upset you were when your daughter came to the club with Mr. Wheeler.
I see.
If there's anything wrong, I want to help.
No, everything's fine, just fine. Really, I appreciate your concern.
Look, I like you. I consider myself your friend. And if being at the club caused you some trouble, I want to help.
That's very kind of you, Hunt. Thank you.
I mean, if anything's wrong, I want to help put it right.
Leave for High Topah tonight?
Sure, we'll drive on down there, we'll rent a Jeep and camping gear in the morning, and we'll just head on out to the canyon.
Brett,
Oh, Ricky, oh. The Billy Joe show. Look, it's a great career opportunity for you to co-host that show, and it's going to lead to you getting your own show, and, well, I want you to be a success.
Brett, I want to go with you.
Rick, you're going to jeopardize your career if you do. I don't want you to do that. I've put you through so much already.
Look, you can't go out there alone.
Well, I'll just have to. Because if Miles is alive, and if he's at High Topah, then he needs my help. He needs that piece of the fire compass. But I don't have any right to ask you to go with me.
I've got to go with you, Brett. Look, lives are at stake. Your life. I'd never forgive myself if anything happened to you. I'm going to go with you.
Oh, Ricky.
Look, Brett, we got to get a move on here. Look, you start packing some things. It's going to be a rough trip. I'll be back in a half an hour. I got to go talk to Vicky Bellman and
what are you gonna
come up
say
with
to
some
her?
excuse. I don't know, but I'll think of something. What are you going to tell your father?
I'll talk to Mark. He understands me better. I'll tell him I have something to do, and I'll tell him as much of the truth as I can. And he'll explain it to Dad.
You know, it's going to look real funny if we both disappear at the same time.
Is that bad, do you think?
Not for me, but for you, maybe.
Hey, I don't care what people think.
Half an hour, Brett.
Yep.
Half an hour.
I'll be ready.
All right.
We're coming, Miles.
Ruby, I don't want to have anything more to do with Gretchen. You and me both, Lurleen. Except she stole my money. I don't care, Ruby. Money is money, but Gretchen is something else. And I'll tell you one thing, I don't want to go back to our apartment, not with her living right next door. I hear you, Lurleen. That woman is dangerous. She is 100% dangerous. What was she doing with you all tied up and ready to shoot you? Lurleen, she's loco. She's crazy. She kept screaming at me to give her the missing piece of something she calls the fire compass. What's a fire compass? Remember that cube thing that Bo left in our motel room? That thing you made the artwork with? What about it? She had it, Lurleen. She stole it out of our apartment. And she was going back a second time to look for the other piece that time that you saw her and you followed her and rescued me. Well, what would she want with something like that? I don't know.
Well, it must have been pretty important if she was gonna kill you for it.
Arlene, I told you, I knew the very first time I saw her, I said there is something wrong with her, I just don't trust her. What?
She did kill somebody, didn't she? She killed that friend of Brett Wheeler's.
She did, Lurleen. She told me she did.
Oh.
His name was Rehnquist, something or other. She smiled when she told me that she killed him.
Oh, Lord. Then I didn't imagine seeing that. I really saw that body there.
Yeah, you saw it, all right.
Ruby, we gotta go to the police now.
Lurleen, we can't. You know we can't do that.
But we have to, Ruby. Somebody's really been killed. And we know who did it. Gretchen's a murderer.
Lurleen, listen to me, please. You're right. We know all about her. But she knows all about Bo. She's a smart one, Lurleen. I know it. I don't trust her. She's gonna outfox them. She's gonna tell the police all about Bo. She'll probably pin that Rehnquist guy, that friend of Brett's, on us, too.
But how can she do that, Ruby? She's the one who killed him.
I know, Lurleen, but he was in our apartment. Just like Bo was in our hotel room. Why does this always happen to us?
Ruby, we gotta do something.
I know, honey. We will. Just as soon as I think about what it is.
On another world, Cecile confronts her husband's lover.
Who was it that told you our marriage was less than terrific? Your husband.
And when Sandy accuses Cecile of poisoning Anne,
I promise you, you'll regret every word.
his suspicions drive him deeper into Blaine's open arms. Weekdays on Another World.
Howdy.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Boy, am I glad to see you. Gotta talk to you. A little late to go hiking, don't you think? Yeah, if I were going hiking. You aren't? Mark, I need to, take some time off and get away for a few days. Clear out my head.
How good that'll do you.
Why?
Your head's never been clear.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
So anyway, I just thought I'd let you know, and, you can tell Dad, okay?
Was there a number we can reach at?
Nope.
Anybody going with you?
Nobody in particular.
Okay, come on, Brett, what gives?
Nothing, Mark. I have to do something important, that's all.
Something important, huh? Now, what's more important than clearing your head? You in trouble? Because if you are, I want to know about it.
No, I'm not in trouble. Just trust me, okay? This is your hat.
That's my sister. In one door and out the other.
Excuse me, Hunt. Ricky.
I'm awfully sorry to bother you so late, Mrs. Bellman, but this is very important.
Well, please, Ricky, come in.
Thank you.
Hunt, this is Ricky Decker. Ricky, this is Hunt Weston.
Hi. Maybe I could wait out on the terrace.
Thank you, Hunt.
Not a bit. Ricky?
I'm glad you came by tonight, Ricky. I was going to try to call you later.
I figured that, Mrs. Bellman, after this morning. Look, Mrs. Bellman, I'm going to have to postpone my co-hosting the Billy Joe show.
Your what?
I'm sorry, I just can't do it right now.
Ricky, I hope you realize that if we If we postpone that, we're going to postpone giving you your own show.
I know that. I wish there was something I can do about it, Mrs. Bellman, but there just isn't. I was hoping maybe you could understand.
Well, I don't understand, and I think you owe me an explanation.
Well, I'm sorry, but I can't give you one. I wish I could.
I wish you could, too. Ricky, I am completely at a loss. This isn't like you. You've worked so hard. You've always been so dependable.
It just can't be helped.
And you can't tell me why.
No, ma'am, I can't.
I see. Ricky, if it were anyone else asking this, I wouldn't even consider it. But I've known you a long time, and I trust you. I hope there's reason to trust you.
There is, Mrs. Bellman, believe me, there is. And I really thank you. Well, I guess I better go.
Ricky, tell me one thing. Does this have anything to do with Ruby?
Oh, no, ma'am. As a matter of fact, I probably won't even get a chance to tell Ruby that I'm leaving tonight. If you see her, would you tell her for me?
All right.
Thank you very much, really. Thank you, Mrs. Bellman.
Hi, son.
Well, how was dinner?
Just as you said, Peking duck superbe.
I think I gained back tonight what took me forever to lose.
There's not 1 ounce out of space.
Oh, flattery will get you everywhere.
Where do you come up with these restaurants, huh?
Got my sources.
You're not going to tell me.
Dad, there are some things in this life that must remain a mystery.
That's very good advice, son. I shall remember that the rest of my life.
You two want a drink?
Yeah, you want a drink?
Yes, thank you.
Mix us up, too. Sit down. Is Brett home?
Not really, just missed her.
You mean she's gone out at this hour?
You know, that's exactly what I told her, but you know Brett, she just ran out of here. Said she was going to take a little holiday.
Did she say where she was going?
No, not really. Here.
Thank you.
Well, I gotta get some things upstairs, so I'll talk to you later.
Wait a minute, Mark. What are you talking about, a holiday? What are you talking about?
I think that maybe there's a conspiracy afoot.
Well, I think that somebody's trying to pull the wool over dear, poor old Dad's eyes.
Oh, poor old Dad.
Now, wait a minute. Now, this is serious.
I know it's serious.
Rena,
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute.
What?
I wonder...
What do you wonder?
I've got an idea.
What are you going to do?
Gonna make a telephone call.
To whom?
You'll see.
Mama, were you able to get a hold of Ricky this evening? You did? He did? Oh, I see. Yes, and that's exactly what he said. Right. Okay, well, thank you, Mama. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later this evening. Bye.
What'd you say?
I think I'm beginning to see the light.
Oh, really?
Really?
Well, would you mind helping me to see the light?
Oh, I think I can manage that.
Rena?
You talk about coincidences.
Rena, what did Vicky say?
She said that Ricky came by the house this evening to tell her that he was taking a leave of absence. He was leaving town tonight, as a matter of fact. Small world, isn't it?
Look, I know this means something to you, but would you mind explaining to me what you're getting at?
Well, just put 2 and 2 together, Grant. Brett's leaving on a holiday. Ricky's taking a leave of absence. What does that sound like to you?
Brett is leaving.
With Ricky.
With Ricky.
All right, you don't have to say it. I hear the daddy in you loud and clear.
Of course you do. I didn't expect anything like this.
Nights are made for romance. Don't you think that's true?
Rena, we're talking about my little girl.
I know that. I was just talking about you and me.
was your daughter on the phone, wasn't it?
Yes, Rena.
That's right, Rena. She's a very attractive lady. Like her mother?
Thank you.
You didn't expect her to show up at my club, did you, Vicky?
No, I didn't.
Her being there upset you?
Well,
Vicky, you can't tell me that she was pleased to see you there.
Hunt, my daughter does not rule my life.
I'm glad to hear that. I hope that means that you'll be coming back again.
Tell me, how was business after I left?
Oh, it was all right. Some nights are better than others. I just take it one day at a time.
Hunt, are you having trouble staying open?
No, I'm hanging in there. So what if it's not the most successful club in town? I like what I'm doing. I'm doing what I want to do. And that's the important thing.
That's right. I'm glad you came by tonight.
There's gotta be something we can do. I'll tell you one thing, Lurlene, I'm gonna get my money back. Ruby, there are more important things at a time like this than money. Lurlene, do you have any idea how much money I had with me? I don't know. What, a couple of hundred, Lurlene? I had thousands of dollars with me in cash.
What were you doing with that kind of money?
I was taking it to Nashville. I was trying to put together Ricky's record album deal. I had it all worked out.
Where'd you get the money?
From the bank.
The bank?
It was mine. Lurlene, it was my entire life savings.
Oh, Ruby, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, sorry isn't going to do us any good right now. That Gretchen stole my money, and I'm going to get it back.
But how?
I don't know. But I'm going to get it. Even if I have to break into her apartment to do it.
Oh, Ruby!
Well, hello there. Come in, come in. As a matter of fact, I'm just going over some of the stuff that we're going to need to take with us.
Yeah, I called you over at your house and didn't get an answer, so I thought I'd take a chance of finding you right here.
Well, I'm glad you did. Yeah, well, this is where most of the equipment is and all the maps and whatnot. And I tell you what, darling, on this trip we're taking, we're going to need these maps.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about our trip.
Let me guess. You've had some second thoughts, haven't you?
Not at all. I am so excited about going up to the High Topar region.
You really are fired up about this, aren't you?
Sure am. Better than you'll ever know.
Terrific. Well, you let me know when you're ready to go, and I'm ready.
Well, that's why I came over. I was wondering if we could go tonight.
Tonight? Darling, I can't get everything ready by tonight now.
Well, I can help you pack.
Whoa. It's not possible to go tonight.
Now, if it's a question of money, I can handle it.
I wish it were a question of money, but there's no amount of money in the world that's going to get that Jeep out of the mechanic's place before tomorrow. He's working on it.
There's something wrong with it?
No, I'm just being sure that there isn't anything wrong with it. Because when we get up in there ain't any mechanics around. And I want to be sure we all get back in one piece.
Okay. But we leave first thing in the morning.
You got it. First thing. I'll give you a holler as soon as I'm ready to roll.
Thanks.
Sure.
I'll see you in the morning.
You will indeed.
How long do you think it'll take to get to High Topar?
There's a town near the mountains about 5 or 6 hours from here. And then we'll get the Jeep there, and High Topar's a couple hours beyond that.
Oh, Ricky, he's got to be all right.
Yeah. Honey, it's going to be a long ride. Why don't you try and get some sleep?
budget reports for the last quarter and probably...
January production statistics.
Right.
Looks like you're going to be busy this morning.
You both are. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Oh, did I tell you that I got in touch with Mrs. Oster?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out if she's any more friends with oil leases.
Oh, good. We can use all the leases we can get. Too many leases have been going over to Marshall Oil recently.
Rena Decker's office, good morning.
Hi, Allison. This is Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. What can I do for you?
Well, I need to talk to Rena. Is she in yet?
Yeah, just a second. Ryan Connor.
Hi, Ryan. What can I do for you?
Hi, Rena. Listen, I think there may be a problem with that last set of contracts. I wouldn't want you to process them until I can take a look at them.
Well, I've got them right here on my desk. I was going to go over them this morning.
Well, it should take me more than an hour.
Okay, I'll get them right over to you.
Thank you. I'll have them right back to you, all right?
Okay, bye.
Did you send for a messenger?
You need something to go over to Ryan?
That's right.
Well, I'll take it myself.
Okay. Oh, Allison, get back here as soon as you can because we really do have a lot of work to do this morning.
It sure is depressing when the first thing you see in the morning is gum stuck to the bottom of a bar stool. My hand's asleep. Slept all night holding on to this bat. I don't know why. From what you told me, a bat's not going to stop Gretchen.
Made me feel better.
Well, a bat's not going to stop her from murdering us in our beds. This whole thing is like a nightmare.
Honey, this whole thing is real life.
I still can't believe Gretchen would actually kill somebody. She was always so neatly dressed.
Erlene, you would have believed it if you heard her in that room with me. She was like a different person.
I did hear her. And she made such good coffee cake. Are you almost done?
Yeah, why?
'Cause you and I have a little trip we have to take.
Lurleen, I already explained to you that we cannot go to the police about this.
I'm not talking about the police, Ruby. I've been doing some thinking. You and me have to go and tell Brett that her friend is dead.
Take another look at that map. Buenos dias. Hi, fill her up, please. Right there's where we are now.
Yeah?
We're on this highway. I think this is the intersection here we just crossed. We go up here to this junction, and we go right. And we'll be on the main highway right there.
Sounds good.
You're lost, maybe? Hi, Dad.
Morning, Mark.
Leaving for work already?
No, as a matter of fact, I was
Waiting for you to come down and talk to you.
What about Brett? Look, Dad, I told you everything I know.
Yeah, I know, but after you left last night, Rena called her mother.
Yeah?
She told Rena that Ricky Decker took a couple of days leave of absence from KVIK.
So what are you driving at?
Well, the possibility that the two of them went off together.
Gosh, I've missed you. How are you? How's it been?
Fine, fine.
Can I get you some coffee?
No, I can only stay a minute, but I did want to talk to you.
Of course.
Maybe I'm overreacting.
All right, what's the problem?
Well, it's not really a problem. It's just a feeling.
I see.
The other day, I came into town to surprise Ryan for lunch, and his secretary told me that he was over here picking up some papers.
And?
When I walked in your office, Allison was in his arms.
What?
Ryan explained to me later that she was just upset, she was lonely and talking about family, and she got carried away.
Well, I know that she's not happy at home.
Rena, I think Allison has a crush on Ryan.
Oh, Jenny, that's not unusual for someone her age.
No, I know you're right. I guess I should just forget about it, laugh at it.
Yeah, but you can't, huh?
Well, I'm not exactly worried about it, but I keep on remembering. I can't explain it.
Jenny, I don't mean to ignore your feelings, but...
Go ahead, go
Do
ahead.
you remember when you were that age?
I know what you're saying. I haven't stopped thinking about it since it happened. I know she's young,
I know she's lonely, impulsive.
Ginny, you don't really think it's serious, do you?
No, of course not.
And I know that it must have been unsettling for you to walk into a scene like that, but it was Ryan. You know how much he loves you.
I know.
And you know how naturally warm and affectionate Ryan is, so if someone like Allison said, I'm lonely or I'm hurting, naturally you would respond to her immediately, but only as a friend.
I know all of that. I trust Ryan. But I don't know about Allison.
Ginny, it's her age. There was an older man there. She was feeling bad, so she just let it spill out.
With no ulterior motive?
None. I think she just wanted a father to talk to.
I hope you're right. But I tell you something, Rena. I think that girl is more than just a lonely girl who needs a father.
Hi, Ryan.
Oh, hi, Allison. Wow, that was real fast service.
Oh, I offered to do it. Aren't you glad to see me?
Well, I sure am. I don't want to take you away from your work, though.
Ryan, I am glad to do anything that will make your day easier.
Well, thank you very much.
Is there anything else you need done now? I've plenty of time.
Isn't Rena keeping you busy?
No, actually, we've been kind of slow today.
Wish I could say the same thing.
Well, let me help.
No, I'm afraid this is a one-man job, but thanks again.
Promise to let me know if you ever do need help?
I promise.
I'd like to try and make up for the other day.
Come on, there's nothing to make up for.
Nothing. Fell apart right in front of you.
Now, Allison, there's no reason for you to feel embarrassed.
Ryan, you're so understanding. Really appreciate that in a man.
I was happy to listen.
I hope that your wife didn't get the wrong impression when she walked in on us the other day.
Of course you didn't.
I never intended to come between the two of you.
Well, you didn't, so don't give it another thought.
If you say so.
Believe me, I say so.
Okay. Well, guess I'll let you get back to work. Look, let me know when you're done with those contracts. I'd be glad to come and pick them up.
Okay. Thanks again, huh?
Brett, that her friend is dead.
Lurleen, have you gone crazy? Ruby, it's already been proven that I am not crazy. Remember Dr. Ollendorf?
Oh, I didn't mean that.
Ruby, we have done this entire thing your way.
And it all worked, didn't it?
Worked? Dragging Bo's body across 3 counties, hitting that guy over the head and pouring liquor on him?
Lurleen, we had to.
You keep saying that we have to do this or we have to do that. But there is no way that I can keep this poor man's death a secret from Brett if she knew him. Ruby, Brett is probably worried sick about him. And what if he has relatives? They're probably losing their minds.
Honey, we don't even know if the guy had any relatives.
Well, if he does, Brett probably knows who they are. Ruby, I am really serious about this.
I know you are.
I'm going over there. Now, you can go with me, or you can stay here. But I'm going.
All right. But I'll tell you one thing, Lurleen. When we get there, I am going to do all the talking.
Why?
Why? Because I don't get as excited as you do, that's why.
All right, Ruby. But I'm going to be listening to every single word you say.
I'm sure you are.
And if you don't tell Brett the whole truth, I will.
I'll tell her the whole thing, Lurleen. I promise. Lord help me, I'll tell it all.
So what? You think Brett and Ricky took off together?
Well, it looks that way.
Don't you think that's a pretty big assumption?
It's not an assumption.
Well, then, is there any reason behind the assumption?
Well, of course there is.
Don't you trust Brett?
I think that Ricky and Brett are a lot closer than I thought they were.
Yeah, they are, but aren't you forgetting something?
What?
Brett. She's got a good head on her shoulders. When it comes to people, to relationships, Brett is as solid as they come, Dad. Look, she said she had something important to do. I believe her. I trust her.
Maybe she just felt that I wouldn't approve.
That wouldn't stop Brett. Give her credit for the brain she has. Whatever she's doing, I'm sure it's for the right thing. And besides, we don't know for a fact that she and Ricky left together, now do we?
No, that's a fact.
Mark, I like Ricky, but I'm worried about her.
Dad, she's fine. I'm sure she is. Look,
You know how Brett hates to be cooped up in the city. Maybe she went backpacking.
Well, I suppose you're right. I guess you got a better fix on her than I do.
Yeah, maybe. But I like to see you play the concerned father.
I'm always concerned.
Just don't always show it. Look, I'm gonna get some breakfast. Have you eaten?
No, I'm going to the office.
Dad, Brett is gonna be okay. I guarantee it.
Good morning.
Good morning yourself.
You about ready to get started?
Darling, I told you I was gonna call you when I was about ready. I got a couple more hours before I can pick up at Jeep.
Well, I wanted to get an early start.
You obviously do. Look, I'm sorry it's taking so long, but you didn't give me a whole lot of notice on this now either.
Yeah, but it's important that we go today.
Oh, we're going today now, don't you worry about that. But I had to get everything organized here, and I had to outfit the Jeep, and it just takes a while.
Fine. But I think I'll stay back at my apartment then. Can you pick me up there?
Sure.
Here's my address. And I'll see you there in a couple of hours.
Okay. Tell you what I'll do. I'll call down there and hustle them up on that Jeep a little bit. And Miss Randolph, I would just like to say that I am very much looking forward to this trip.
Well, so am I. I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
Now, Lurleen, you remember I said I'm going to do all the talking.
As long as you tell the whole truth.
Lurleen, I said I would.
If you don't tell Brett that her friend was killed, I'll do it myself.
Lurleen, I said I would. Now, hush. I'm going to ring the doorbell. Well, I guess there's nobody there. Why don't we
Why don't we wait 2 seconds and find out?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Oh, hi.
Can I help you?
Well, we're here to see Miss Brett Wheeler.
Well, she's not here.
Do you know when she'll be back?
Afraid not.
Oh, well, isn't that too bad? Guess we better go.
Do you know where she is? It's really urgent that we talk to her.
Well, she took off for a couple of days. I don't know where she is.
Now what do I do?
Well, I'm your brother Mark. Can I be of any help?
Oh, no, thanks. We're fine now. We don't want to disturb you.
You said it was urgent.
It is. It really is.
Then maybe you better come in and talk about it, huh?
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Come on, Ruby.
I'm really sorry about this. I really didn't want to bother you.
Don't worry about Ryan, because there's nothing to worry about. Besides, worrying doesn't solve anything. You're right. Grant's always after me to stop worrying.
Oh, do you?
The truth, I never manage, Jimmy.
Neither do I.
I've got a suggestion. Why don't you try it again?
What do you mean?
I mean, stay in town, wait until lunch, and then go into Ryan's office and surprise him.
Rita, that's what started this whole thing.
Oh, it's better than worrying.
You're right. I'll do it.
Excuse me. Yeah, Judy? Oh, I've got them right here. No. Tell them that I will bring them in because I have to explain some notations. Right, okay. Sorry, Jimmy, I gotta go.
Listen, if I'm in the way,
No problem. I just have to go by Grant's office to drop off some papers. You make yourself at home, okay?
Could I use your phone then to call home?
Yeah, there's an outside line.
Oh.
See you later.
Thanks.
Have a nice lunch.
Thank you. Kate, hi. I just called to tell you that I'm going to be later than I thought. No, I'll make sure and get all the supplies. I'm going to stay in town and have lunch. Okay. Right. Goodbye.
Hello, Jenny.
Hello, Allison.
I'm surprised to see you here.
Rita's in Mr. Wheeler's office if you're looking for her.
I know. I have some work to do in here. Just came from Ryan's office.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's funny, he didn't mention that you were going to be here.
Well, he doesn't know. I'm here to surprise him.
Oh, isn't that nice? You mind if I get in there for a minute?
Oh, no. Excuse me.
You know, you are so lucky.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I hope you know what a wonderful man your husband is.
Yes, I do, Allison.
He's so patient. This is my first job, and he's really helped me get off to a good start.
Everyone says you're doing very well.
Well, I hope so. But I can't tell you how many times I've had to turn to him for help. And he's always so kind about it.
Isn't that nice? Yeah. I imagine that Rena's been very helpful also.
Oh, she is, but sometimes, well, it's nice to get a man's point of view. And that's so much different from a woman's. Well, of course. Must be interesting to be married to him.
Sometimes I can hardly keep up.
Like I said, you are so lucky. There are women who would give anything for a man like Ryan.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And you have him all tied up. Well, all done. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to get back to my office. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Ginny. Have a nice day.
You too, Allison. Have a nice day.
My name's Lurleen Harper, and this is my friend, Ruby Wright.
Ah, okay, you're the girls from the Coop, right?
That's right.
Right, yeah, Brett's talked to me about you. Have a seat.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, what's so urgent that you want to talk to Brett, huh?
Mr. Wheeler.
Mark, please.
Mark. My friend Lurleen has a tendency to be, you know, a little melodramatic. I don't think urgent is exactly the word here.
Ruby?
Although this might be very important to Brett, I just don't want to take up your precious time.
It's about a friend of Brett's.
Lurleen, Mark is not interested.
Maybe he knew him too.
Knew who, huh?
Well, we don't exactly know his name.
Well, then how are we going to know if he knew him or not?
Well, maybe you could describe him to me, huh?
Oh, well, he was medium tall, and he had blonde hair, and he was really good looking.
Well, sorry, that doesn't ring a bell.
Well, Lurleen, we tried. Look, I'm really sorry that we bothered you, and thanks a lot.
Unless it could have been Miles Rehnquist.
Who?
Could have been Miles Rehnquist, but why do you want to talk to Brett about him?
Well, Mr. Wheeler, I'm afraid.
Oh, we're really afraid that Miles might have left something that belonged to him at the Coop, and we just wanted to make sure it got returned to him.
Oh, so what? You want to give it to me to give it to Brett, is that it?
We don't have it on us.
Mr. Wheeler, do you have any idea if this Mr. Rehnquist has any relatives?
I don't know him that well, except that he's a friend of Brett's, but what is it he left?
Huh?
What did he leave at the Coop?
Oh, nothing important.
Mr. Wheeler, do you know where we can find Brett?
I'm afraid not. I don't know where she is. She's gone for a couple days.
Darn. And you don't know anybody that would know anything about this poor Mr. Rehnquist?
Look, I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm going to be able to help you.
Well, that poor man. See, Lurleen is feeling very sympathetic because she lost her wallet once and she knows what a hassle it can be.
Well, it's nice to see that you two girls are so sympathetic toward people.
Well, it's nice that you were so helpful and, you know, helped us out and everything. Sorry to bother you.
But, Mr. Wheeler, would you please tell Brett that we were trying to find her?
Sure. Oh, hey, I'll tell her as soon as she gets back, okay?
Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. And look, I'm sure it's nothing important at all, or else, you know, he would have come back for it himself. So, thanks again. Nice meeting you.
We're headed for Shelter Creek, the High-Topar region.
No so good up there, señor. Muy peligroso. Very dangerous. Bad roads. No roads, eh? No good for you, señorita.
Yeah, but are we headed in the right direction?
See. But it's a very strange place.
Yeah, we know. I backpacked up there before.
Okay. But I warned you.
Not a bit. How'd you do it?
Trade secret. Wow. I learned it from a weightlifter.
Very effective.
Yeah. When it works.
What happens if it doesn't work?
Well, I don't want to talk about that now. Can you sit down?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you. I'm as good as new.
I'm really glad to hear that because I felt responsible.
Why? It was my bad dancing.
You know, I think you dance square dance differently than anyone I ever saw.
Yeah, that's what the caller said.
And I think you're coming along real good with your do-si-dos.
You think so?
Yeah. I think you're a natural-born do-si-doer.
I just followed the directions.
Here. Grab your partner, watch your toes, swing her in, a do-si-do.
3 steps in, 3 steps out, lift your partner. Oh, boy.
John, are you all right?
No, I can't stand up.
Can you walk?
I hope so.
Here, lean on me. I think we're going to have to give up square dancing.
Yeah, I think so. Oh.
You ever try needlepoint?
Thank you.
Thank you much.
We'd seen Brad.
Honey, this really has you down, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Well, maybe what you need is something to take your mind off all this.
Like what?
Well, let's see. Well, maybe we could run some errands together.
I've heard that sweet voice before, Ruby.
Pardon me?
I want to know what you want me to do.
Well, I was just thinking if you had a little activity, it might help take your mind off all this, that's all.
What is it, Ruby?
Well, now that you mention it, I do have something I have to do, and I really could use your help.
How come I'm not surprised?
Lurleen, if that's your attitude, just forget it.
What do you want, Ruby?
That creep Gretchen still has all my money.
Oh, Ruby, you're not seriously thinking
I am not going to sit here and let that woman walk off with all my hard-earned cash.
There's nothing you can do about it.
You're probably right.
This is how all our problems started.
You're right, Lurleen. I have no right dragging you into this.
Ruby, I'm not going.
I know, honey. Goodbye. Thanks for everything, Lurleen.
Ruby, this is not going to work this time.
You take care now, hon.
Ruby, I am not going with you!
On Days of Our Lives,
I do love you in a very special way.
two men fight for Jessica's love, and one of them is the Salem Strangler.
We better make sure of the facts before we nail Jake on this one.
But Jake spins a web of deception and murder.
And it could happen to Jessica. She's on the Strangler's list.
Days of Our Lives, weekdays.
Okay, coast is clear. Lurleen?
Ruby, this doesn't make a lick of sense.
There's nobody in the hallway, so it's no big deal. Come on.
This is the last time, Ruby, right? I swear to heaven.
Just be quiet.
Ruby, what are you gonna do if Gretchen is in that apartment and ask her to buy a magazine?
She didn't answer her phone, did she?
Maybe she's tricking us.
Well, if she is, it's working. Come on.
Oh, Ruby, let's go back to the coop.
Lurleen, we have got this far already. Do you have any idea how much money is at stake here?
Money is not that important.
Don't be ridiculous. Give me a credit card.
I don't have any.
What are you talking about?
Well, Miss Kate said that was a very easy way to get in over your head, so I never applied for any.
Oh, Lurleen. Give me a purse.
Ruby, that is my membership card in the Southern Missionary Support Coalition.
Lurleen, what is the matter with you? Aren't you an American? No credit card? Oh, this isn't budget.
Of course not, it's locked.
This always works on the detective movies on TV.
Ruby, don't you think that the people that make locks watch TV too?
Lurleen, I have to get into this door.
I don't know why I do these things. Move over.
Lurleen, where'd you learn that?
I learned all about locks in shop class. You are a wonder. There. It's open. Honey, I am never going to forget this. Neither will I. Oh, Ruby. Why don't you think about turning around and going back to the coop? Lurleen, that woman stole my money. Nobody takes my money. You're risking your life for money. Look, honey, just stay here. Keep a lookout. Let me know if anybody comes down the hall, okay? Oh, well, don't worry. This is all going to be over before you know it. You hurry up!
I looked over these notes you made on these papers. They're fine.
Oh, good. Okay, I'll send them right off.
Good. That's good work.
Something troubling you?
Why do you ask?
You've been preoccupied all day.
Yeah. I suppose I have. Are you busy?
Want to talk?
Yeah.
Sit down.
Thank you.
What's the problem? You still worried about Brett?
Yeah, but in another way.
I don't understand.
Well, at first I thought that she and Ricky went off together.
Well, that may have been my influence. I'm the one who told you that Ricky wanted a key to the cabin and that he was taking that leave of absence.
Yeah, but that's not the point.
What do you mean?
Well, I talked with Mark about that, and he assured me that she won't do anything foolish.
Well, Mark would know.
Well, you know what I'm concerned about is that she may have gone off somewhere, backpacking or something, alone.
Oh, that's what's bothering you.
Yeah. That and the fact that my son had to tell me about my daughter.
Sometimes it's very difficult for a father to know his daughter, even if he loves her.
I do love her.
That's obvious.
I just don't understand her.
Grant, you try. That's all you can do.
No. I haven't been as close to her as I should have been.
Well, you've been very busy.
No. Work is no excuse.
Of course not.
When she first came to Houston, I should have spent more time with her. I should have paid attention.
Have you talked to Brett about this? It just may be that she thinks you're a terrific daddy.
Well, that might be, but we're not as close as we should be.
Grant, I just think you're being too hard on yourself.
No, Rena, there's a gulf between us, and it's been there for a long, long time.
Well, Brett's living in a new city. You have a new job.
No, it goes back before that. It goes back to where I was having problems with her mother. With Judith.
We're out of gas already.
Well, good thing we brought the other can.
Yep.
Wonder if Miles is up there. Ricky, we should have asked that guy at the station if anyone had been up this way.
I'm glad we didn't. He looked all right, but you never know.
Ricky, thanks.
For what?
For everything.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, beautiful. What are you doing here?
I'm looking for a handsome man to take to lunch.
Oh, you are, huh? Sorry, I wish I could.
Oh, honey, can't you make it?
No, I have appointments scheduled through lunch. I got a ton of paperwork to do, too.
Well, it's okay. We'll just have to make it another time.
We sure will. Now, what are you doing here, huh?
I came to talk to Rena.
Did you have a nice talk?
Yes, we did. Then she had to leave her office, so I had the chance to talk with Allison.
Well, really, Allison was here just a little while ago.
Yeah, she told me that. Rena and I are convinced and agreed that Allison is quite taken with you.
Well, I wouldn't put it quite that way. Allison's so young.
Well, she thinks she's very grown up,
Well, didn't you feel that way when you were 18? Come on.
I guess. Oh, she was telling me about everything that you two had in common.
Well, she was, huh?
And she's talked about how you were both world travelers, and you told her all these fascinating stories.
Well, you see, Allison's kind of impressionable.
And very young.
And she's a very hard worker, and she has some very powerful contacts.
So I hear.
She's also brought some big leases into World Oil.
Well, that's very important, isn't it?
It sure is when you're in the oil business. Besides, Rena's very impressed with her.
She told me that.
When you talked to Rena about Allison?
In passing.
I see. I think you're taking this whole thing a little too seriously, don't you?
I know. Actually, I'm just curious about Allison, that's all. Listen, I know you're busy. I'll let you get back to work.
Oh, wait. I got a phone call to make. Will you stay here for a second?
Well, honey, I can just slip out the door.
Wait just a minute. Hallie, would you do me a favor, please? That appointment I have with Bob Hanson, could you cancel it? Maybe you could reschedule it for this afternoon. If he asks, tell him something very important came up. Yeah, tell him I'm taking my beautiful wife to lunch. Let's go. Maybe I can regale you with some fascinating stories, okay?
Did Judith try to hurt your relationship with Brett?
No, she had nothing to do with it.
Well, then what happened?
Well, when we were living in Boston, I became very involved in my business.
Well, of course, I know how important your work is to you.
It was the most important thing in my life. No, to be perfectly frank, it was the only thing in my life.
That doesn't sound like you.
Well, that's what it was. I'm not proud of it. I just didn't know my family.
But your family has always been so important to you. I mean, at least since I've known you.
Well, hopefully I've learned my lesson.
You know, you talk about them all the time.
I talked about them then. I just never spent any time with them.
It's difficult for parents to juggle a career and a family.
I thought I was doing it very well. Rena, I spent no time with my family. I just hoped and wanted us to be happy and close.
Did the problem start after you had the children?
Yeah, I just turned around one day and I didn't know my children. I didn't know Judith.
You sound as if the children, they aren't a part of your life now. I mean, Brett's here with you. Mark is.
Yeah, I'm grateful for that. But, Rena, I never got a chance to talk with them, to find out what they were feeling, what their ambitions were. Even now, I'm surprised by them.
Okay, I think you expect too much.
What do you mean?
Well, there are some things that parents will never know about their children and vice versa.
You were very close to your father and mother.
Well, we had our hard times, but yeah, it's easier now that I'm older.
Really?
Stryker's career was very important to him, too, but I always felt that I was loved. He spent as much time working as you did, and I have to tell you that my mother wasn't around then. Maybe he felt guilty that he was ignoring me, but I never felt that I didn't have his love. Never. I know that Brett feels your love.
I hope so.
Do Mark and Brett know that you feel like this?
I work with Mark. I understand how he operates. We talk, but Brett, when she was a little girl lying in the crib, I wondered, who is this? Now she's grown up, and I still wonder who it is.
I bet you know more than you think.
I wish I knew what she thought. I wish I knew what was important to her.
Well, now that takes time.
Well, I had time. Now it may be too late.
It's never too late. I know that Brett wants the same thing. She's your daughter.
You like Brett, don't you?
I like her very much. I think the only thing you two need is some time together. Now, why don't you start as soon as she gets back?
Right.
But don't push it.
I won't.
Oh, you can't take care of this in one long conversation, you know. I know you. You like to take care of things fast.
Maybe you know me too well.
You know what I think?
What?
I think Brett is a very lucky girl to have a father like you. A father who's willing to change.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
I'm not leaving till I find my money. Or till Gretchen shoots the two of us. Would you stop talking that way? It's depressing. This is a very depressing situation. Where is my money? Lord. There's an armory in here. Lurleen! What? Come here. What about watching the hall? Just forget it. Come here. You gotta look at this. Did you find it? Can we lay low? Oh, my Lord. Look at all those guns. Lurleen, that lady is some kind of maniac. Oh, Ruby, please. Let's get out of here. This is so scary. I never did find my money. It makes me so mad. It makes me scared. Oh, I always thought she had the tackiest shoes. Ruby, let's talk fashion later. Now, come on. I'll tell you one thing, Lurleen. If I ever see her again, she's going to be sorry. I'll tell you that. Ruby. What's the matter? What is it? Gretchen is coming down the hall.
Now listen, everything is set. The guy who's going to take me up to the Haitopra region is going to be here any minute now. So I want you to follow us. I want you to bring on Adams, and I want you to stay out of sight.
Yeah, well, what do you want me to do? You want me to play tag with him? You got it, right?
I am going to keep in touch with you on the walkie-talkie.
All right.
Well, just make sure you keep us in touch.
Look, he's here right now. I got to go.
Hi, Joe. Well, friendly neighborhood guide. And you look to me like a lady who is ready to go to Haitopra and do a little exploring. Am I right?
I sure am.
This, I take it, is the baggage.
You got it.
All right. I'll help you with that.
I think I'll take that one.
All right. I'll take this pretty red job.
Joel, I can hardly wait. Nuts to get up in here.
You don't have to wait any longer. Follow me. We got a long trip ahead of us.
Ruby, what do you think is going on?
I don't know, Lurleen, but that woman is up to no good.
That's it. No more gas. We'll have to go on foot.
Let's go.
Couldn't have driven much further anyway.
Yeah, I know. Let's do it. Come on.
All right.
Lurleen, can you figure out what Gretchen was talking about while we were hiding in that closet?
It's all so confusing. But Gretchen is going somewhere.
Yeah, and she's taking a guide. She's going someplace with some strange name. This is all beyond me right now.
Me too. Ruby, how do we get ourselves into things like this?
Lurleen, I didn't ask to be kidnapped, you know.
No, but once I rescued you, we should have gone to the police.
You know we couldn't do that.
Well, you shouldn't have asked for trouble by breaking into Gretchen's apartment.
Lurleen, she's got my money.
Let her keep it.
But that... It's my whole life savings, Lurleen.
I don't care, Ruby. That Gretchen is dangerous. I mean, look at all those guns she has.
Yeah, why does she need all that artillery? Where's she going?
Maybe she's going on a hunting trip.
Well, if she's doing that, I know what she's hunting for.
What?
That missing piece to that old Indian puzzle.
Why would she want that?
I don't know, Lurleen. The whole thing is so strange. First, Bo drops dead in our motel room, and he leaves that puzzle thing behind him.
Yeah, and he turns into a mummy.
Yeah. And then Gretchen breaks into our apartment, and she kills that guy, that friend of Brett's, Miles Rehnquist. And then she steals the puzzle.
And then she kidnaps you at gunpoint.
Yeah, and she threatens to blow my brains out unless I give her the missing piece of that fire compass.
It's crazy, but it fits.
It does fit. And it's all Bo's fault. He got himself in some crazy mess, and then he dropped dead, and he left us to clean it up.
Ruby, where have you been? I gotta talk to you.
Hey, don't say anything to Billy Joe. Hey, Billy Joe. What's going on?
What do you mean, what's going on? Now, what's the deal with Ricky?
What do you mean?
You're still his manager, aren't you? Why isn't Ricky doing my show?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you better find out, because now Ricky's disappeared.
See it right up in there?
Is that it?
That's it. That's where we're heading. And
Buenos dias.
hey, fill it up for me if you would, Placer. When you see that sun strike across that mountain, I'm gonna run inside. You want anything from there?
No, have.
All right, good.
Hi.
Hud, I want this baby to be safe. After all, I'm probably going to be driving her myself. Yeah. All right, I'll talk to you soon. You just keep in touch. Bye-bye.
Justin, what was that all about?
Racing car, darling.
Were you serious about driving it yourself?
Yes, I am, sweetheart.
Justin, you can't be serious.
Why shouldn't I be? Can you imagine the publicity we'll get? Head of Marshall Oil wins at Le Mans.
Yeah, well, I keep seeing these other headlines. Justin Marshall injured in crash.
Oh, sweetheart, don't be so negative. I drove for 2 years on the international circuit. Went away without even a scratch on me.
Yeah, and that's the way I want you to stay, without a scratch. I don't want you risking your life in a race car.
I wouldn't be risking my life. I'm a very careful driver.
Right. Well, there are a lot of careful drivers who end up getting killed, Justin, because some hotshot's not so careful. Justin, you don't have to do this. You don't have to prove anything.
I'm not trying to prove anything, actually. I just think it'd be good for business.
Business? Well, it's not going to be good for business if you end up getting hurt. Marshall Oil needs you, but they need you in one piece.
I haven't made my final decision yet, Ashley.
Justin, it's not like it used to be when you were single. You have responsibilities now. You have a family.
You know, driving on a race course is no more dangerous than driving around Houston on these freeways.
Justin, there is a big difference between going 200 miles an hour and 55.
All right. For the family's sake, I'll give it a second thought. If I can find a driver who will represent this company fairly without making himself the center of attention. Hello there, Gregory. How you doing, shortstop?
Pretty good. My tutor took me down to the ship channel and we went on board the battleship Texas.
Wow.
Sounds pretty neat.
Yeah, it was. Did you talk to Hud like you said you were going to?
Yeah, I did. He says the car's coming along nicely.
Great! How long do you think it'll be before we can take a test drive?
So have your parents found an apartment yet?
No, not that I know of. Why?
Oh, no reason, just curious.
I think that we said everything that there is to say on the subject of my parents yesterday afternoon at lunch.
Oh. Well, TJ, I mean, it's a little hard for me just to forget about them altogether.
Why?
Well, because they're a part of you. They're a part of your life. Right now, I'm very hungry for anything that I can find out about a Mr. TJ Canfield.
I guess that's what the difference is between us.
What?
Because you see, right now, I'm just plain hungry for you.
No, wait, I'm serious. I want to know more about this very mysterious man that I've fallen in love with.
Well, there's nothing very mysterious about him. He's just an ordinary guy with ordinary ambitions and the usual desires.
I don't think so. I can't even imagine what you were like when you were a little kid, you know that?
Just a typical small-town boy. Played a little baseball, dated a few girls, got into a few fights, and managed to come out of it all in one piece.
Sounds very evasive.
I don't mean to be evasive. Just that I can't think of anything really special to tell you.
Well, like, for instance, what did you feel like about your parents when you were growing up?
How does any kid feel about his parents? You know, I think everybody goes through phases, you know? I mean, when you're little, you love them and you're afraid of them and you think they can do just about anything. And then, by the time you're 14 or 15, the reaction sets in and you rebel against them. You hate them and you think that they're impossible. And you carry that around with you for a couple of years. Then one day you wake up and you look at them and you see that they're just human like everybody else. That's pretty much the way it goes, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. Still, I'd love to see a picture of you when you were about, 14, 15. I bet you were a real rebel, weren't you?
I was.
At home?
Well, at school, too.
Oh, really?
The teachers used to shudder when they saw me coming down the hall.
But I bet if I saw a picture of you when you were about
5, you would look like a perfect little angel.
Oh, I don't know. I could rummage around in the attic and see what I could, if I could find an old album or something, and let you take a look for yourself. Oh, I love it when you probe and pry like a district attorney.
No, I wasn't doing that.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were. And it's all right. I like it. It's wonderful to be with someone who cares.
Well, I'm waiting for a leaseholder to meet me here. I'll probably be home pretty late tonight, Mama. Why don't you go ahead and have dinner without me?
Oh, are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Well, all right, but you've been working awfully hard.
Can't help it, Mama. I'll see you later, huh? All right. Bye. I have to get these laces. Can't let Grant down.
Hello, honey. I'm home for a while.
Gregory, I think it's going to be a little while before that car is ready for the road. I've got a lot of work to do on it. If he's going to build us a winner. That's what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, sure, I guess so.
Well, we've got a lot of work to do on it ourselves.
We do?
Yeah, we've got one of the hardest jobs of all. We've got to pick a name for it, Gregory.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that.
You have? Well, so have I. What have you come up with?
Well, I'm not sure you'll really like some of my ideas.
Try me.
Well, first of all, I thought of calling it the Sonic Streaker. The more I thought of it, it sounded just too ordinary.
Yeah, well, Herman Gerhardt has a car called the Supersonic.
And then last week, when I was playing those electronic space games in the arcade, I thought it'd be really neat to have a car named the Space Invader.
Hey, I kind of like that one, yeah.
But then when you got me those tickets to the basketball game, I got the best idea of them all.
What was it?
Well, since we live in Houston and the car's going to be built here, I thought it'd be really neat to call it the Houston Rocket.
That's a great name.
It is a good name. They've all been good names.
Yeah, kind of hard to choose.
Well, what names were you thinking of?
Well, at first I was thinking of naming it after one of my old cars. And then the more I thought of calling it the Mary Louise, too, the less I liked it.
Well, I'm not real wild about it either.
Who's Mary Louise?
Yeah, who's Mary Louise?
She's someone I used to know, Gregory. Then I came up with a real good idea. Since this is going to be a car like no other car that you've ever seen, I thought maybe we could call it the Marshall Miracle.
Hey, you know, that is a good idea, because it would go along with that ad campaign.
Yeah. And then I had a better idea.
What?
Well, car racers are very superstitious, you two. So when you go to name a car, you want to find one that's really lucky. I gave this a lot of thought. I wanted to decide what was the luckiest thing that had happened to me in a long time. And all at once, it was very easy. I knew that there was only one thing that I could call that car.
What?
Gregory 1.
Are you serious?
Just
Don't you think that's a great name?
Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious.
Oh, wow.
I can't think of anything that's been luckier for me than you have.
Oh, I'll be the only kid in town with a car named after.
Are you kidding? You'll be the only kid in Texas with a race car named after you.
Well, does that mean I have your permission?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, when you race that Gregory 1, I'm going to be the happiest kid alive. Thanks, Marcia.
What do you mean Ricky's disappeared?
I mean disappeared, as in now you see him, now you don't.
Well, doesn't anybody know where he is?
No, he just told Vicki Bellman that he had to cancel out in the show. He didn't say where he was going or why.
Well, how come I didn't know about this?
Probably because you disappeared yourself. Come to think of it, I haven't gotten a whole lot of help from my friends lately. Our whole show was a mess this afternoon.
Billy Joe, I just can't believe Ricky would take off without telling me. I mean, he must have left word with somebody.
Well, not that I know of.
Well, maybe he told Brent where he was going.
Well, if he did, it wouldn't do much good because she's not around. Oh, that sneaky little... I bet she sweet-talked him into running off with her.
If Ricky ran off with Brett, I think he did it because he wanted to.
Don't bet on it, Lurleen. Haven't you ever heard of a calculating female?
Lurleen, in case you haven't, I'd like to introduce you to my sister here.
Can it, Billy Joe? I'm not in the mood for your humor right now.
Ruby, if Ricky wants to run off with another woman, I think it's his business, and you can't take it that personal.
I wouldn't dream of it. I have no intention of getting upset over this.
Well, it looks to me like you already are upset.
If Ricky wants to waste himself on a girl like Brett, that is his affair. After all, I'm just his manager. Our relationship is strictly professional. What he does with his private life is his own business.
You know, she took that a whole lot better than I would have expected.
No, I think she took it just the way I thought she would.
Been here ahead of us? Young man and a lady?
Si, señorita. A dark young man and his blonde girlfriend. Up there, Haitopa. That's such a good place to be alone.
Well, they're not going to be alone. Hey, how much do I owe you? That covered? Good. Look, stay here at La Conchita until I contact you.
Appreciate it. I got your change, darling. Let's roll.
Let us go.
You ready?
I sure am.
Fired up about this, ain't you?
You don't know.
Let's go.
Surprised to see you, Stryker. You should have let me know you were coming home.
I couldn't. I didn't know myself. These days, I never had any idea when I'm going to get home.
So I've gathered. You haven't even called in quite some time.
Well, I've been busy. Would you tell Beth I'll be down for dinner?
It's another woman, isn't it? I know about her, Stryker. I know you've been seeing her. You've been spending time with her almost as if she were your wife.
I'd rather not talk about it, Vicky.
Well, you're going to have to. You're going to have to talk about it whether you like it or not. You're not going to do this to me. I am not going to sit around this house waiting for you to call.
Vicky,
I'm making new friends. And I'm learning how to enjoy myself in Houston without you. You are not going to walk all over me.
Vicky!
There are a great many variables to consider, Mr. Elston, before you place your lease. And believe me, one of the most important is the reputation and the past record of a company. Now, in the case of World Oil...
Mrs. Decker,
yes.
I appreciate your time and trouble, but as I told you on the telephone, I've already made up my mind.
Mr. Elston, I have some figures here that I'd like to
No, that really won't be necessary. I'm assigning my lease to Marshall Oil.
But why? When we first contacted you, you said you were absolutely opposed to that
I
company.
know. Well, let's just say I've had a change of heart.
Isn't there anything I can say to make you reconsider?
I'm afraid not. I've made my decision to go with Marshall Oil, and that's the decision I'll be sticking with.
I see.
Thank you for all your trouble, Mrs. Decker. I'm sorry to have to disappoint you.
Well, if you should have a change of heart, please give us a call.
Goodbye.
What's going on?
I can't wait to collect on our bet, baby.
And I can't wait to see you lose, Justin.
Not on your life. I love games, especially when the stakes are so high. You know something, Rena?
What?
I get the feeling you're looking forward to losing that bet.
Of all the arrogant, conceited, pig-headed what? Can't lose that bet. Gotta do something. I can't lose that bet.
I'm happy to hear it, Adams. You're sure it's a Decker boy with her? You see to it that things continue to go well. Stay in close contact with her. Yes, I know. I expect you to keep me apprised of that. Very interested to know what Gretchen finds at High Topah. Sam? I'll see them now.
You see, Boots, I told you, it's just like Alabama and the 40 Faves. If you know the right word, eventually the door's going to open.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Howdy, Hannibal. How are you this fine afternoon, Mr. Hannibal?
I've seldom been better. But I must admit I'm a bit disappointed with the two of you.
Why's that?
Somehow I never thought two eagle-eyed old birds like you would lose touch with your own political candidate.
Now this is crazy. I never expected to see anybody else up around in here. Wonder who they are.
Hunters, maybe.
Well, maybe. If they are, we're gonna need to be careful because some of those guys will shoot at anything that moves. I tell you what, I believe we're gonna be better off heading on from here on foot. So you get to unloading because I'm gonna go up here and take a look at things.
Right. Adams. Bailey, can you read me?
We read you. We're still at the Lock and Cheetah Cafe.
Well, stay there, and I will keep in touch.
All ready to go see Justin?
Hey, now wait a minute, not so fast. This game of 20 questions works both ways, you know.
What do you mean?
Well, I opened up and told you a little bit about my childhood. Now I think that you ought to do the same.
Oh, no, DJ. No. You don't want to hear that story. It's not very interesting, really.
Oh, I'll bet it is.
No. I'll bet you lose that bet. I'm just ordinary girl, just ordinary.
Now, wait a minute. Don't pull that stuff on me. I'm not going to buy it. I bet you were very special.
No. You really don't want to hear this. Believe me.
All right, I'll just have to ask Justin then.
Okay, wait a minute. I'll confess.
Well, that certainly got a reaction out of you. I'll have to threaten you with Justin's memory more often.
Well, it's just that brothers and sisters don't remember things often the same way, especially when they've spent most of their lives fighting.
You and Justin used to fight a lot?
Night and day.
Over what?
Daddy. He was worth fighting over, though. He had this way of making people feel very, very, very special.
Who won most of your battles?
Oh, I guess all the kids did once or twice. Daddy had time for everybody, you know. But I guess Justin won most of the time. They seem to have a really special rapport, you know. He taught us to dream, though. Boy, dream big.
What'd you dream about?
Oh, teacher. I don't know. I guess horses until I was about 13. I loved horses.
And after 13, what'd you dream about then?
Boys. Movies. But I guess there really was one particular dream that if I told you about, I don't think you'd even believe me.
What was it?
I always used to dream of being a star.
Then you're living the dream.
How do you mean?
You're the brightest star in my life.
Well, now, what makes you think we've lost track of our boy? There's nothing about that boy that we don't know. Why, after he shaves, we know what sort of lotion he splashes on. And when he gets hankering after a young lady, we know everything from her middle name to the toothpaste he uses. And Ricky Decker does admire the ladies. You can't expect Ricky to just sit home and count his votes.
Well, then you know he's left Houston.
Well, yeah, we've got our contact. Yeah, we don't leave things like that to chance.
Well, then you're not concerned.
Well, if the boy wants to take a brief sojourn, we're all for it.
Well, sure, he'll do something that'll put the color in his cheeks and twinkle in his eye. Then you are staying in touch with him?
Oh, never fear. When you're ready to start that campaign, if you're ready to start the campaign, you can count on Ricky Decker. He'll be there.
Good. I'd hate to think your candidate left town without you knowing it.
Well, you hear that, Hawker? Old Hannibal there doubts her contacts. A flea don't hop from one dog to another unless we get a report from that second dog.
It'd be a pity if you lost touch with your candidate before you ever got him properly launched.
Oh, there's no fear of that. We've got Ricky Decker in our hip pocket.
It doesn't matter. Candidates are a dime a dozen. You can always get another one.
We don't want another candidate. Ricky Decker suits us fine. We'll stick with him.
You're loyal?
The loyalist. When we make a decision, we stick to it. Unless, of course, we have reason to reconsider where our loyalties lie. Yeah, of course.
Fine. Make sure your candidate is towing the mark the next time you see him.
Now, what was all that about? Beats me. Old Hannibal must know something we don't know. About Ricky Decker? Yeah, we better check it out.
Justin, we have company.
Well, TJ, Paige, what are you doing here? I knew you'd forget. Give me a minute, TJ, just a minute. I remember something. You see, I just been wrapped up with Hud and Gregory talking about the race car. I guess everything slipped my mind. We were going to go to the Spindle Top. You were going to introduce me to Hawker and Boots. Right. Yeah, well, I think it's about time I got to know those two old boys. I think it'd be a good idea for you. I think you'd be surprised how well they know you. Well, not if what I hear is true. Seems like they have an index file on every man, woman, and child in Texas. And they keep it all right up here. Well, let's get to the Spindle Top. We're going to go.
Justin, are you going to be very long?
I don't think so, Doug. Well, I hope not. I promised Paige I'd be back in time to take her to dinner.
That's right, and at a restaurant of my choice.
Right. Well, you keep working on that. We'll be right back. Come on, let's go.
All right. Have a good time, you two. Tell you what, I feel like I have just gotten the children off.
I feel like that too. Isn't that strange? Speaking of the children, how are they, honey?
Oh, they're fine. Gregor's in his room studying, and Allison called and said that she wouldn't be home until, late.
Working overtime?
No, I don't think so. I think that she's just expressing her new independence. What would you like?
Oh, plain soda would be great, thanks.
Okay. How's everything going?
Oh, everything is going wonderfully, Ashley, thank you.
I understand that you had dinner with TJ's parents.
Oh, yes. It's quite an evening. But then I guess I don't have to tell you about TJ's parents, do I?
Are you all right? Yeah, I'm fine. Can you get me a beer, honey? Sure.
Ruby? Do you smell something fishy?
It's probably just Wang doing something with shrimp in the kitchen.
No, I don't mean that. Don't you think it's funny that Ricky disappeared and then Brett disappeared?
Lurleen, I don't think that's the least bit funny.
Well, I've been thinking about how it's a friend of Brett's that Gretchen killed in our apartment.
Yeah, Miles Rehnquist.
Well, from what you said, Gretchen killed him to get a hold of that puzzle thing. And then she kidnapped you because there was a piece missing and she thought you had it.
So?
So, now that she knows that you don't have it, maybe she thinks that Brett does.
Well, why would you think that?
Well, Brett was his friend. You see, this Miles Rehnquist fella could have easily given that piece of the puzzle to Brett for safekeeping. And then if Gretchen went after Brett...
Lurleen, I think your imagination is running away with you. You've been reading too many spy stories.
How else would you explain Brett's disappearance?
I'd rather not explain it, Lurleen. Let's just say she took a few days off.
But she could be in trouble.
No, I don't think so. We talked to her brother. He didn't seem worried about anything.
Well, maybe he doesn't know.
Lurleen, just forget it, okay?
Howdy. Hi, Lena. Hi, Lurleen.
Hey, Ruby. Well, well, if it isn't my favorite female singer.
On Days of Our Lives,
I do love you in a very special way.
two men fight for Jessica's love, and one of them is a Salem Strangler.
We better make sure of the facts before we nail Jake on this one.
But Jake spins a web of deception and murder.
And it could happen to Jessica. She's on the Strangler's list.
Days of Our Lives, weekdays.
Thank you, honey.
What'd you mean about TJ's parents?
Oh, nothing specific. I just got the feeling that you'd had a run-in with them some time or other.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Strange.
But I wouldn't worry about it, Ashley, because I had the feeling, especially from TJ's mother, that she felt exactly the same way about me.
Is that right?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I thought that she probably felt that no woman would ever be good enough for her son.
Oh, well, you're probably right. So, what'd y'all talk about at dinner?
Oh, nothing important, small talk, just very, very, very small talk.
Oh, yeah, TJ's parents can be rather insular, especially Mildred.
Yes, I think she spent the entire main course putting down designer clothes and regaling the wonders of buying at Barlow's in Tyler, Texas.
Oh, can you believe her? Well, so how did my name come up?
Oh, you were much later. You were in the dessert course.
Mm.
Suddenly she started this attack on TJ for leaving World Oil, and she blamed you for it for some reason.
She did?
Yeah, and then they spoke as if they knew you very well.
Or they don't. Well, they probably think they do, but, see, the Canfields tend to judge people by their bank accounts.
Yeah, I got that impression.
And when they, first met me, I had very little. Oh, I had the old family name, but I didn't have the old family money. And they thought that's all they needed to know.
Must have been very unpleasant, sweetie.
It was. But fortunately, that was a long time ago.
Yes, isn't it nice how things have changed, Ashley?
Oh, yes. Yes, they certainly have.
Mr. Barnes! Mr. Boudreaux. I'd like to introduce an associate of mine.
This introduction isn't necessary, Justin. Well, we know TJ. We've been looking over his shoulder ever since Stryker pulled him off the campus of the University of Texas. This here's Boots. And this here's Hawker. You're a good boy, but I suppose you know that.
Well, I don't think it's my place to say.
Hell, boy, don't be modest. Modesty don't pay. Not in the oil business. You gotta keep your eye on the main chance. Which is pretty much what you've been doing. World Oil really made a big mistake when they let you slip away. Yeah, we like the Wheeler boy. But you're Texas born and bred. No Boston boy's ever gonna beat that. Give our best to your daddy when you see him.
I didn't realize you knew him.
Why, sure. Why, we've been dealing with Burton for donkey's years. Some of them were even legal. By the way, when you see your daddy, if he has any trouble finding an apartment here in Houston, you just tell him to give us a call.
I'll do that.
Oh, wait, you look who's here? Byron Elston.
Byron Elston?
Yeah,
he holds some leases on some property. I've been trying to get from Marshall Oil for a long time.
Byron, these are the fellows from Marshall Oil I was telling you about. This here's Justin Marshall, and this here's T.J. Canfield.
Mr. Elston,
It's a pleasure to know you. After everything Boots and Hawker have been telling me, I'm looking forward to doing business with you.
Well, we're ready to do business anytime you are.
Well, I think this chance meeting calls a little drink, don't you, Justin?
Yes, indeed. Sam, another round of bourbons for these gentlemen. Mr. Elson, why don't you have
I'll make them double.
Just forget about the ice, will you? Well, gentlemen, I guess I have a couple of toasts to propose to Mr. Elston and, of course, to our friends. And to a certain bet I intend to win. Hello, honey.
Daddy, when did you get back?
A couple hours ago. Did I get a kiss?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just been a bad day.
You look tired.
Where have you been?
Well, that's a silly question. I've been working.
But why didn't you call us?
I was busy.
Oh, Daddy, you've been gone so long. Do you know how worried Mama was? Why didn't you at least call us and tell us that you were all right?
Honey, I didn't come all the way back here just to be cross-examined by my wife and daughter.
Say we take a little breather here, kid.
Place of the great fire. Miles must have been here, Ricky. Come on, let's get going.
I'm not after anything, Elena. I just came up with a great idea. I thought you might be interested in it.
What makes you think I'd be interested in one of your ideas?
There's money in it.
Huh, yeah, I figured that.
So, if you care to join me at a table, maybe we could talk about it.
Ruby, let's hear your idea.
Well, I was wondering if you might be interested in doing a couple guest shots on the Billy Joe show.
Yeah, I would really like that.
That would be terrific. Good. I thought maybe you could fill in for Ricky till he gets back. Gets back? Yeah, you know, he really hung us up by taking off like this. Like what? Where is Ricky gone? You mean you don't know? No, I haven't seen him in a couple of days. Are you sure? Well, I'm positive. I've been looking for him to tell him about Joel. Who's Joel? It's a friend of his that came in here looking for him. Oh. Well, I'm sure he's around someplace. Anyway, what kind of material do you think I should do on the Billy Joe show? Oh, we can talk about that later, Lena. I think you better hurry up. I think I saw a couple of your musicians running back to the bandstand. They're probably getting ready to start the show. Okay, I'll talk to you after my first set.
I still think there's a connection between Brett's disappearance and this puzzle
Oh,
thing.
Lurleen, would you stop it? I think your brain is starting to give way under all this stress.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it is.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I really didn't. This whole thing has me so upset I'm lashing out at my very best friend in the whole world. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Listen, we can talk about your theory later. Right now, I gotta come up with a plan.
For what?
Well, Gretchen has made off with my money and Brett has made off with my client. And I think it's high time I decided what I'm gonna do about it.
Daddy, I wasn't cross-examining you. I was just asking you a simple question.
Well, you have no right to question me.
Well, I have a right to know where you are. You're my daddy. Daddy, you're acting as if you're hiding something.
I'm not hiding anything. It doesn't give you a right to pry into my private life.
I'm your daughter. I thought I was a part of that private life.
You are, and you're entitled to my love, and I've always given you that,
Oh,
but...
Daddy, what's going on? Why is Mama so upset?
Rena, it's none of your business.
Of course it's my business. I love you, Daddy.
It's enough.
I love both of you. What's
Is enough, Rena. No more questions. You understand?
Hey, girl.
No.
Have you gone crazy? Allison, I'm going to need McPherson file the budget reports for the last quarter and probably...
January production statistics.
Right.
Looks like you're going to be busy this morning.
We both are. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Oh, did I tell you that I got in touch with Mrs. Oster?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out if she's any more friends with oil leases.
Oh, good. We can use all the leases we can get. Too many leases have been going over to Marshall Oil recently.
Rena Decker's office, good morning.
Hi, Allison. This is Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. What can I do for you?
Well, I need to talk to Rena. Is she in yet?
Yeah, just a second. Ryan Connor.
Hi, Ryan. What can I do for you?
Hi, Rena. Listen, I think there may be a problem with that last set of contracts. I wouldn't want you to process them until I can take a look at them.
Well, I've got them right here on my desk. I was going to go over them this morning.
Well, it should take me more than an hour.
Okay, I'll get them right over to you.
Thank you. I'll have them right back to you, all right?
Okay, bye. Did you send for a messenger?
You need something to go over to Ryan?
That's right.
Well, I'll take it myself.
Okay. Oh, Allison, get back here as soon as you can because we really do have a lot of work to do this morning.
Sure is depressing when the first thing you see in the morning is gum stuck to the bottom of a bar stool.
My hand's asleep. Slept all night holding on to this bat.
I don't know why. From what you told me, a bat's not going to stop Gretchen.
Made me feel better.
Well, a bat's not going to stop her from murdering us in our beds. This whole thing is like a nightmare.
Honey, this whole thing is real life.
I still can't believe Gretchen would actually kill somebody. She was always so neatly dressed.
Lurleen, you would have believed it if you heard her in that room with me. She was like a different person.
I did hear her.
And she made such good coffee cake. Are you almost done?
Yeah, why?
'Cause you and I have a little trip we have to take.
Lurleen, I already explained to you that we cannot go to the police about this.
I'm not talking about the police, Ruby. I've been doing some thinking. You and me have to go and tell Brett that her friend is dead.
Take another look at that map.
Buenos dias.
All right, fill her up, please. Right there's where we are now.
Yeah?
We're on this highway. This is the intersection here we just crossed. We go up here to this junction, and we go right. And we'll be on the main highway right there.
Sounds
You lost, maybe?